Hello everyone, welcome back to channel once again. And for today's video I've got a really cool and fun team with a double dark and poison backline with XL alolangrimer and its evolve form of alolangmuk. So this team that I've got is acting as a AVB team style because I've got a Hypno in the lead and a safe swap of alolangmuk, which is really great, and alolangrimer. So basically I just want to lure out a potential counter to alolanmuk over here that is being fighting maybe a ground type or maybe a fairy as well. So since both my backline is kind of weak to not weak to, but it is really hard to handle Alolan Sand Slash here as well for this meta, because it have got access to Ice Punch and Shadow Claw as well, which is really tough to handle. So that is the reason I tried this team with Hypno that was running actually Fire Punch, but it is not that of a great thing to run Hypno with both elemental punches in this meta. So that is the reason eventually I swapped out swapped out Fire Punch with Shadow Ball, because in those matchup as well you will be doing neutral damage with Thunder Punch to this Alolan Sandshrew or Sandslash as well. So I'm not taking too much time into the introduction for this video. Rather I'll be quickly diving into the videos that I have got for you guys to check out and have some fun with this. So without further more delay, let's get into the battles and check out how this double poison, double dark toxic team worked out in for Kanto Cup. So now moving into the first battle over here, and I pick up a tough lead as well. So for Lickitung lead, I will be immediately safe swapping into my alolangmuk over here, and I lure out a fighter, which is really nice for me because in that way I can easily handle one cross chop because I am part poison as well. So that is the reason I'll be going for the sludge wave, which can potentially one shot, which my opponent does not recognize and they let it go, which does give me really great opportunity to turn switch. So that is the reason, but before going down they could not lick me down with this Lickitung over here because I am part dark as well. So I'll be going for the neutral dark pulse as well, to which now I can rely on my Pokemon. So I'll be coming back with my own Grimer over here and I'll be going for the first crunch, but this is going to be the first body slam, which I'll let it go because it does neutral in this situation as well. And XL Lickitung and beg your pardon, and XL alolangrimer is kind of bulky as well, to which now this turns they swaps out into their own Nidoqueen as well, and that is the reason I can easily come back with my own Hypno over here. And as you guys can see, I'm actually running Fire Punch over here. So as I've already mentioned, I'll be eventually swapping out into the Shadow Ball over here, to which now I sneak in one confusion. So since I've got double shield over here, I'll be opting not to shield over here because now in that way I can come back with my A.Muk over here. I'll be going for the first crunch. So crunch does neutral in this situation, but since Nidoqueen is kind of low and the shield over here, which is going to be huge for me because now this is going to be the first poison fang, but I just want to preserve my health. So that is the reason I will be opting for my first shield, and they comes back with their own Lickitung over here, and they will be going for the first body slam. So body slam over here is going to be neutral in this situation as well, but since I was having so much energy loaded, so I'll be going for the extra farm and I'll be going for the next crunch, which will be enough to get the knockout for this Nidoqueen as well. And now I've got a loaded energy with this crunch as well for this very low Nidoqueen, which will be enough to get the Nidoqueen knocked out and indeed getting the win for the first battle here as well. So now moving into the next battle, I pick up a great lead over here with Shadow Machamp. So for Shadow Machamp, I just want to see it with my Hypno as well, and that is the reason they swapped out into their own Dewgong. So for Dewgong, I will be taking the first Ice Wind because that's how I can reset my debuff. I'll like safe swapping into my own A.Muk over here, but before that I'll be going for the super active Thunder Punch, to which I get the first shield from my opponent, which is really nice. And now since Poison Jab does neutral in this situation as well, so I'll be countering. I'll try to counter it with my Alolan Grimer over here, so that is the reason I come back with it. To which I'll be going for the first crunch, and it does take neutral, but since I'm actually debuffed over here, it does not will have like damage in this situation as well. But now from this kind of range, I can potentially like shield up once, and I'll be going for the heart farms. That way I do have preserve enough energy, and they comes back with their own fighter as well, which is going to be Shadow Machamp, and that is the reason I'll be going for the neutral Sludge Bomb. That hits for so much neutral damage in the situation, but since I'm debuffed, it does a bit less. To which now they comes back with their own Alolan Marowak over here with a shield advantage. Not a shield advantage, but we are matched on shields right now. So for it, I just have to reach to two back-to-back Dark Pulses to get it knocked out. So that is the reason I'll be overfarming quite a bit, and they went for the Shadow Bone. So if you're stuck in this matchup, do go for Bone Club because it hits for super effective because of the partial dark typing on it, and that is the reason it is like better moveset for better move in this matchup as well. So but since let the Dark Pulse go through, I'll be now going for the Dark Pulse next time for the Shadow Machamp. But since they shielded up, I could get to the next Dark Pulse with I think they were potentially over farming quite a bit, but since Shadow Machamp was quite kind of low, and they get the knockout for with the Dark Pulse, which is resisted, but still I can get the win for the second battle here as well. Moving on to the next matchup, I pick up a lead with Pidgeot over here. So Pidgeot is kind of tough to handle because they will be constantly like debuffing my attack with their feather dance. So that is the reason I'll be going for the first Thunder Punch, and as I predicted, they will be opting to shield the first Thunder Punch, and they will debuff my attack with Feather Dance as well. To which now I think I'll be going for the next Thunder Punch as well, and they will be able to seek in one whole gust through as well, which is really fine for me. But that way now I can, since I do have shield advantage, I will be coming back, and I'll try to snipe the Grimer, snipe the Pidgeot down with Grimer, to which now they comes back with their own Shadow Machamp. So for Shadow Machamp, they will be going for the first cross chop, which will not be able to get the knockout from this kind of range as well. So I'll be going for the first Sludge Bomb in this scenario. So since Sludge Bomb is going to hit hard in this situation, and I'm not debuffed as well, so I could potentially put this Machamp quite low, and from this kind of range, one confusion will be enough to get the knockout for the Shadow Machamp as well. And now from this kind of range, they comes back with their own shiny Alolan Sand Slash. So that is the reason this Fire Punch comes in handy, but since they could recognize that, they will be opting to shield this, but there's a reason I did not want them to farm me down, because with Shadow Claw damage, they will have enough energy to get enough energy for a bulldoze, to which now they comes back with their own Pidgeot, and I can get the heart farm onto this Pidgeot as well, which gives me so much farm that I do have back-to-back loaded Dark Pulses onto my A.Muk over here, which I will be landing because I do have shield advantage in this scenario as well, which will be enough to get the knockout for this Sand Slash as well, and I do get the win for the third battle here as well. And then for the fourth battle, I pick up a great lead over here with the Lapras in this scenario, and I'll be going for the first Thunder Punch. But before that, I think they are actually overfarming quite a bit. But now I'll be going for the first Thunder Punch. So usually what I think, they will be going for the Skull Bash, but I think they will bait over here. So that is the reason I let the charge move go through, which I call it correctly because Surf is neutral in this scenario, and I can easily handle two Surfs as well. And since I can handle one more Surf over here and can survive that, I'll be opting not to shield, and I'll be going for the switch in, to which I'll be coming back with my own Grimer over here. So for Grimer, they comes back with their evolved version, which is going to be Alolanmuk, and that is the reason I'll be going for the back-to-back crunches over here. And since it's going to be a Poison Jab Muk as well, it will not be generating energy super fast because of its as it's not running Snarl. So that is the reason I'll be going for the next crunch over here, which I think I'll be getting the first shield from my opponent, but my opponent lets it go. So let's see what they have got into their back. And remember, I have just got I've just got a loaded Hypno in the back as well with Thunder Punch. So that is the reason I'll be going for the neutral crunch over here. But since my Hypno is kind of like my alolangrimer is in a situation to farm down, I'll be safe swapping again back into my own Grimer over here. To which now, since I've got enough energy and not enough energy, I've got a shield advantage to myself, so I'll be coming back with my own alolanmuk over here. This is going to be a really tough situation because now I have to call in the bait each time, to which I'll be putting up the first shield and it is going to be the Poison Fang, to which now I just have to reach to back-to-back Dark Pulses to get the knockout for this Nidoqueen. And this is going to be a tough call, which I call it once again, and I shield up, but it was just a Poison Fang bait as well, which is not very great for me because now they can easily earth power me, which will be enough to get a knockout, and my Grimer is really low, so I just have to quit the game over here. So a really great baiting option for my opponent to win the game over here. So now moving into the next battle, I pick up a great lead over here with Nidoqueen also as well, to which now this swaps out into their own Lapras. So Lapras will not appreciate this Thunder Punch going in because it will take super acute damage because of the partial water typing on it. To which now I think I will be swapping out into my Grimer over here after landing the after getting the first shield from my opponent over here. To which now they'll be going for the Surf. So Surf is, since it's neutral, I'll be able to take it comfortably, and I'll be going for the next crunch over here after building up a bit of extra energy. So now I'll be going for the crunch, which does land over here, and from this range I can easily get the farm down, which is really great for me because now since they will be coming back with their own Nidoqueen, I can easily land this neutral crunch over here, which does so much neutral damage in this situation. But since they can farm down, and Nidoqueen with loaded energy is kind of scary, to which now I'll be easily coming back with my Hypno, and I believe I can handle one Earthquake. So that is the reason I put up one shield in this scenario, and let's see what they have got into their bag. So they have got a Pidgeot, which is kind of really great scenario for me because yeah, I'll be going for the first Thunder Punch over here, to which now I think they will be going for the Brave Bird because from this kind of range, Brave Bird will not knock me out, but since they will be lowering their defense 3 times, so I'll be going for the Dark Pulse, and I think which is going to be enough to get the knockout here as well. And that is the reason I'll be going for the Dark Pulse because they just went for a Brave Bird. And now from this kind of range, I just will be coming back with my Hypno over here. And since I sneak in one confusion, I'll be opting for the shield, which will be enough to get the knockout because I can sneak in the confusion as well. Then that will be a really great game from my end. So now moving into the final battle of the video over here and picking up a really great lead with Shadow Golbat. For Shadow Golbat, it is really a great matchup because I can easily do easily do super acute damage with Confusion and Thunder Punch. To which now, since they safe swapped into their own alolangrimer over here, beg your pardon, the alolangraveler over here, I'll be going for the first neutral Thunder Punch, which they do call it, which is really great for me. Which is not really great for me, but now since I'll be coming back with my own Grimer over here, I'll be going for the letting the first charge move go through, but this is going to be the next Rock Blast, which I have to shield. And now from this range, I'll be going for the Heart Form. So now I am quite low on energy as well, like low on health, but high on energy, and I've got a shield deficit as well. So now I'll be going for the reset like neutral move of Crunch, and since they are quite actually over farming a bit, and I sneak in one more Poison Jab, I will be able to survive the Poison Fang, and I'll be going for the under tap and get to the next crunch as well. So this is going to be really putting pressurized on the shield from my opponent's end, and they let it go, which is really great for me. And from this range, they have got a really good Pokemon, the Alolan Marowak over here, beg your pardon. To which now I'll be going to come back with my own Grimer over here, to which to actually land the fire blast, which is really tough for me to handle. But since I have got loaded energy and they are actually letting fire blast and hex, so it will be resisted. But since I went for the back-to-back dark pulses over here, I will be getting both the shields from my opponent end, and I'll be coming back with my Hypno, which was kind of loaded, and I'll be going for the Shadow Ball. So Shadow Ball from this kind of range will be enough to get the knockout for this Marowak, and indeed get the win for the final battle here as well. That will be an end to a really great game as well. So that was all for this video, and if you're liking the content onto this channel, do like, share, comment to it, and see you guys again in the next one. Until then, peace.